Hey folks, it's November 24. I'm done for the night. Sherry's on her way home. We're going to get some dinner. As you can see, the Mondo cart box came. This had the bubble wrap around it. And they packed my parts inside the box and then put that box inside another box. I had the fancy Y fittings, right? The Y fitting, the T fitting. Got the on-off valve in the house. It came in from a different company. So we put the on-off inline on-off valve in there. We've got a check valve, and so we're ready. That's the 30 millimeter setup. The pump's in there. Everything's ready to go. I didn't buy any fuel line from them because I got a bad feeling the fuel line is junk. Joe, God bless you, Joe, gave me some just clear line. I can't find it, but there's a piece of it. He gave me some clear line, and no offense, Joe, but that stuff's junk. And I don't think you were trying to push it off on me or anything, but you said, "Here, do you want this?" And I said, "Yeah." I took it, and this stuff is garbage. Actually, the first time I used it was in April. Here we go. This stuff here. It's hard as a rock, and this hasn't even had any fuel through it. You run fuel through it, and overnight it gets hard as a rock. And so there in April, I had a leak where I use wire. I don't use zip ties. And right next to the wire, it had I don't know, it cracked or something from being hard. But so we got to get us some fuel line, probably just the orange stuff that says CKS on it. I mean, that gets hard too, but not as quick as this stuff does. I also got the 19 tooth TM sprocket. The difference between the TM and the Vortex, you'll see, is pretty. I'm going to put it up somewhere where it's eye level. It's pretty easy to see the difference between the two. You see this? I just got to take a little bit off of here. That part butts up against the detent on the shaft, and then I wouldn't be able to get my snap ring on it. The front side is exactly the same, but the back side, this bit's just a little bit taller. So we'll just grind it down. Well, we've done it before. The 19 that's on the CRG out in the trailer is a TM gear that I had to grind down. I wanted to borrow it from Frank Dolly, but then I called him and said, "Listen, I'm going to have to grind on this." And there wasn't time for me to get a new one, or I would have bought a new one. So I bought a new one for Frank to replace his. So we got our gear. We got our gasket kit's a full rebuild with the fulcrum arm, the seat, the gasket, the needle, everything. And then we got these HL kits are just the gaskets. They look like they're pretty much the same thing. This is an HB carburetor for the carburetor that's on the cart right now, on the laydown. I put a red mark on them because they're not, I mean, they're the same, but there's a slight difference. These gaskets aren't as thick. These gaskets are thicker. I don't know if that's going to make any difference or not. We just want to have a diaphragm just in case we have an issue, So we got those. We got our fuel line fittings and parts. We got a couple extra. We got some plastic ones from them as well. You can see the new clean ones are the ones we got from Mondo. But they pimped me and forgot to put my pump bracket in. Pump bracket goes on the side of the engine where the coil mounts. Now on this one we mount the coil to the floor tray. But you see you got these two threaded bits here where you would mount your coil, and that's where the coil or the pump mount, and so the pump mounts flat. Now, that's for the sprint cart. I don't need it for this here, but I can just make a bracket. Whatever. I'm going to send them an email and say, "Hey, what the heck? What are you doing to me here?" But I'm not going to pay a tariff on it again. I'm not going to pay customs again for a pack they forgot, so they better agree to cover that. chances of me using them again now at this point are not great. But I dismounted and mounted all the tires. We got to balance these fronts. And I started working on, the brakes are off. I started working on these here. This particular caliper is making contact with the outside diameter of the rotor. Not a ton, but just a little bit. You see that shiny spot there? So it's touching there a little bit. So we'll go ahead and fix that up. We'll fix up the give it a little clearance, just so it doesn't touch. This one over here, the brake pad, was actually making contact. See that? With the side of this rotor, or this hub. So I am in the process of cleaning it up. Every time I have these apart, I'll go ahead and hand surface sand with real rough paper to just knock the glaze off the pads, and I go ahead and knock the glaze off the rotor. I cleaned it up with the old Scotch-Brite pad, right, and cleaned up the rotor a bit, because it did gouge up this bit of, and these were brand new, man. Hurts me to have to do that, but I don't want to leave a groove running around here. You want to clean it off, so when you look at it again, you can see if it's making contact again. So there you go. We'll clean up this side, and we'll clean the hub up real good. We'll get the balancer in here tomorrow, and we'll start balancing the wheels. Like I said, the other one is just a matter of clearancing the caliper a little bit. No big deal there. So that's what we did today. We got about 5 hours into all this. This is the rear for that Hoosier set. This one here is at 20 pounds, measuring the right circumference, the same circumference as these Vegas. This one was a little bit smaller, and it's on the right side, so if anything, you want it bigger, especially for Daytona. You don't want to lose any speed in the banking. You want to continue to gain speed, so that's how you do it, with a little stagger. I know I'm giving away all my secrets, but this will probably be our last trip down there, so we'll have to just see how things work out. But long day of fighting with these tires. Not too bad, not too big a deal. The small tires were real easy, believe it or not. The bigger ones, not so much. But we got the wheels cleaned up. Everything looks good. Like I said, we'll get to balancing those tomorrow, and we'll get all this stuff fixed up, cleaned up, and then we'll get it back, put it back together, and do our gravity bleeding, and just basically just push it. I mean, the thing's got, I can't press on the pedal now as it's all apart, but I did check the brakes, give the wheel a spin, and bam, bam, bam. So I mean, the brakes work fine. It's just, it's been a while, so we'll run .5 through it and push the old stuff out, and from there, I mean, it's all downhill. We're knocking stuff off here left and right. So that's the update for today, the 24th. Hang with me, folks. It's going to get busy around here. Godspeed, God bless, hang in here. It will get better. Come on down to Daytona with me. Somebody needs to help me with these carts.